Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. We are back with another beer, again another one, pardon me, out the beer 52 box that I picked up from the Craterscape in Huddersfield. And this is another one of the sort of longer date beers. They're going to start getting better now. They're getting into last year, or they will be after this one. But yes, we are looking at one from North Brewing Co. And this is their Analogue set. And it's a hazy IPA coming in at 6.7% in a 330ml can. And this can cost me 50p. Why did it cost me 50p? Because it was in one of them boxes, and the best before date is the 24th of December 2021. Now, if you're following my channel, you'll notice that there's quite a few massively out of date beers coming up, and this is one of them massively out of date beers, but I've had worse than this as well. So I don't have a North Brewing Co glass, so we're going to bang it in the old untapped glass. What I've noticed with these beers is a few of them have been a little bit lively on the opening, and I think I've found the ones that are more lively, from what I'm getting in my head, the ones that are a bit more lively when you open them up tend to be the ones that aren't so good, if you like. I've had two that were quite lively, but were all right sort of taste wise, but you could tell they weren't quite there. I've had another one that was just bonkers and really poor, and another one that literally just spurted a bit out the top and was all right. So we're going to see what we get with this one. It's just come out the fridge. Let me just give you some info. A hazy IPA brewed with talus hops. Expect juicy orange zest, bright lime, creamy coconut flavours. Now, I do like North Brewing Co stuff. What I've had of theirs, I like the artwork. That's their typical thing. So let's see what this beer does. Is this going to go wild or not? Yeah, it's got a little bit. That's like what the last one was. So it's just a little bit coming out the top. But we'll see what it's like in the glass. Yeah, it's pouring fine, that actually. That was just the initial burst by the looks of it. Beer's just trying to get out of the can. That's all it wants to do. It just wants to get out. And the fact that this is 6.7% as well, I'm guessing that is saving it. Some of the other ones I've had two 4% ones, a 4.5% and a 5.5%. So I'm guessing that extra strength is going to, do it some favours. But beer in a glass, oh god, the light is a nightmare. So I try and turn the camera around and get away a bit. I don't know if that'll work. But yeah, beer in a glass. Chicken stock looking. Looks decent to me, and that doesn't look a bad thing. It probably looks worse on your screen than it does here, but it looks like an orange smoothie almost. We got just over a finger. Mix and match bubble head. I'm not seeing any bubbles go up on. Yeah, there's a few odd ones, but nothing major. So let's give her a swirl and dive in on the nose. A bit tame on the nose. You do get a little bit of hop. Citrus. I swear there's a sort of little whiff kind of thing of coconut in there. It said limed in it as well. Their flavours, that's what they're saying on the flavours. Getting citrus, but there is sort of like a funny kind of almost coconut thing on there, and there's almost, again, almost like a zesty lime sort of aroma. So anyway, it smells alright. Let's dive in, give her a go. North Brewing Analogue Set Hazy IPA, 6.7%, 330ml can, 50p. Cheers. Let's do it again. Body's decent. So it's got oats in. Oats, yeah. It's got that oaty sort of body. It's quite weighty in the mouth, quite dense. Small bubble carbonation, which gives it a lovely smooth mouthfeel. And the more you drink, the more that sort of coconut sort of thing is coming through behind it. It does take a little bit of time for your palate to adjust, I think, with some of these beers, and you can virtually be halfway down the can before anything sort of comes in. But really smooth, decent body, lovely carbonation. I don't think it's affected too much by the date, but I won't know unless I've had a fresh can. But it seems to be all right. On the taste, smooth, creamy, juicy on the start. I'm not going to say I necessarily get lime in the taste. You can read that and sort of tell yourself there's lime. There might be a bit of a sharp sort of thing going on in the background, but I'm not sure I really sort of get a big sort of lime hit. But there could be that sort of sharpness in the background. You still get a bit of that hop in there. I think when you get them hops, I'm thinking with these out of date beers, if you're getting the hop in the beer, you're all right. If it loses that, I think or as it starts to lose it, I think that's when you start to lose some of the flavour and everything, and that's when it starts going a bit funky. There's almost a swirl in it then. Give it that sort of creamy coconut feel in the mouth. The back end is more, I think, where you pick that coconut sort of thing up, but it's very subtle, I would say. It's not a flavour that I pick up very well anyway, coconut, but I think it's there, sort of a creamy coconut in the background. Swirling it, you get it to start off with, but I think it's more sort of flavour that sort of lingers and comes in the background. But yeah, decent beer. 6.7%. Excuse me. To be honest, is nowhere. You know it's a little bit stronger, but there's no sort of overpowering taste of alcohol. Bearing in mind that's nearly 7%, which is a big beer. It's a big beer. Yeah, they've hidden that really well. So for me, North Brewing Co.'s Analogue Set Hazy IPA, 6.7%, dated the 24th of December 21. Yeah, decent drop. It'd be interesting to try a fresh one actually, because to see what the difference was like. I've only got the one, so it ain't going to really matter. But it'd be interesting to try one, if I remember, to compare the two. But yeah, decent beer. So if you happen to see it somewhere, preferably in date, give it a go. If you've got one in a Beer 52 box that's well out of date, don't panic. I think you're going to be all right with that one. If you've had the beer before, let me know what you think. If you've had the beer before that's that massively out of date, let me know what you thought about that one. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.